Bruno Fernandes with another man of the match performance. 2 assists, you could argue one of them might not be his, and a goal as Manchester United beat Leicester away from home 3-0, and they build off of that great performance midweek in Europa League against Real Sociedad. And to be honest, that's one thing that I was saying after that game. Rasmus Højlund ends his 21-game goal drought, as does Alejandro Garnacho. Unfortunately though, sadly, Aiden Heaven goes off on a stretcher. We got a lot to talk about as Manchester United head into the international break. I don't even know, are we 13th, 14th, 15th? At this point, I've just stopped caring. But it's a big 3 points for Manchester United. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. So let's start with the sad news. Aiden Heaven, who just keeps growing and growing in the last couple of games that he's been able to have some involvement for Manchester United. Left-sided centre-back starts there today against Leicester, and it's a tough challenge. Lands awkwardly, and I think he got a foot stomped on his leg, goes down in immense pain and has to go off on a stretcher. It's really unfortunate. Like I said, he's getting game time and he's looked very comfortable, looked very I've been optimistic with what I've seen from Aiden Heaven, and I said when Man United first signed him, I'm going to give him some time to play before I really kind of give my opinion on him, because I didn't know much about him. But I've really liked what I've seen over the last couple of games, and I'm a little bit distraught for him, but equally for Manchester United as well, because, you know, when he came off, Manchester United couldn't do a like-for-like switch because there's not really any centre-back options because of the injury situation at Manchester United. I'm really gutted for him, but I hope it's nothing serious. Man United can now go into the international break, wait for the scans and, you know, for all the information to come back regarding his injury situation. And like I said, I hope it's nothing serious. Now, let's be honest, guys. Leicester struggling. They haven't scored in over 9 hours. So I would have been absolutely angry if Manchester United had conceded a goal against them. Number one. Number two, relegation. I don't even want to say it's a relegation battle for them, because I do think Leicester are going down. And Manchester United have beaten them every time they've come up against them this season. But this probably is the most comfortable result I think I've seen against Leicester so far this season. We remember the FA Cup not that long ago under Ruben Amorim, and, you know, you look at this performance and it's just day and night. It's just day and night. Bruno Fernandes, another immense performance for Manchester United, not only creating chances, but that goal is a great finish. You know, Dalot, well done to Dalot for getting his assist, because I said it during the game. I tweeted saying that, you know, the difference between having Patrick Dogu at left wing back, and having Diogo Dalot is like night and day, and it's very difficult to watch. But when he went back to his more natural position on the right hand side, he looked a lot more comfortable, and that great cutback to find Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes has a lot to do there. He has a lot to do there to slot that home in that way. It's a great finish. 31 goal involvements this season, and most of his gameplay has been coming from that deeper midfield role. Let this be no secret, I think he's been Manchester United's best player in the second half of the season. Ahmad, first half of the season, has been Manchester United's best player, and I think if Ahmad was still playing, he probably would have been. But Bruno Fernandes continuously over the last couple of months creating opportunities for Manchester United, getting goals, getting assists, and just dragging his team through. Today, I don't think it's a situation where you need to drag the team through, because I feel like Man United were a lot more comfortable than Leicester. Leicester had a couple of chances, and shout out to Matthijs de Ligt for that huge block. That was going to be a goal. I think that was guaranteed to be a goal. And actually, just quickly on Matthijs de Ligt, because he's one of the few people, him and Mazraoui are one of the few people in that back line that has played multiple positions this season. Today alone, I've seen Matthijs de Ligt in multiple positions in that back line. He just does the job. With Nazir Mazraoui, I feel like I've accepted that, you know, 7 out of 10 every game is the minimum that you're going to get from Mazraoui. A very steady Eddie and a comfortable player. But Matthijs de Ligt, a lot of people had their reservations about him when Manchester United signed him. A lot of people said he wasn't better than Harry Maguire. I think he's shown consistently. There has been some few blunder performances, but that's okay when the majority of the games you're performing quite comfortably and quite well. Again today, I think if Bruno didn't have the stats that he did, the numbers that he did, the assist and the goal, I think after that, for me, Matthijs de Ligt would have been the player of the game for me for Manchester United. Another honorary mention, Toby Collier. You lot know, man. You lot know my thoughts on Toby Collier. I made a video earlier in the season. I think actually in pre-season I made a video saying why Toby Collier was up next for Manchester United. He offers Man United so much in the middle of the pitch. So much in the middle of the pitch. The physical aspect of the game, his ability on the ball. You know, he's an engine in midfield. He can run. He's quite aggressive. But equally, you know, he's an aerial threat as well. He's all-rounded, I think. I really do feel like he's an all-rounded midfielder, and he offers Manchester United so much in the middle of the pitch. I think more than potentially what other midfielders that Manchester United have, what they offer. I absolutely think he offers a lot more, and I'm really happy to see him getting integrated into the team, and I hope, you know, this season and next season he'll continue to get those chances, because I feel like Man United have a young core of immense talent in the team right now. You know, Patrick Dogu, Aiden Heaven, you know, Lenny Yoro, Toby Collier, Alejandro Garnacho. You know, these are young core players, young talents. Ahmad, if you want to count him as well, even though he's out. So much young core talent at the heart of the team, and I think if that's the pathway that Manchester United is going to go down with recruitment, you know, we are linked to a lot of young players a lot of the time. If that's the pathway that they're going to go down, or that's some of the talent that they're going to want to pursue, you know, young talents with high ceilings, then let them do that, because, you know, they could really reap the benefits. Man United could really reap the benefits of having young talents with high ceilings. Now, on the topic of Garnacho, kudos to him, ending his goal drought today. I don't think he was great. Honestly, I don't think today he was great, but I think he's a lot better on that right-hand side. In the right-hand channels, I think he's a lot better now. Having Nazir Mazraoui today as a right wing-back in the first half, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I realised they complement each other quite well, because Alejandro Garnacho likes to hold the width, Nazir Mazraoui not so much. So they actually swap positions when Man United are attacking, where Garnacho is the widest player and Nazir Mazraoui comes into that half space in the 10 role when Man United are in possession, especially in the opponent's half. And that's why I say I think they complement each other quite well, because when Garnacho plays on the left-hand side with Patrick Dogu, both of them like to hold the width, so that you got two players out on the wide channel and nobody in the half space behind the striker or in the half space of the 10. There's no one there to receive the ball, and sometimes that doesn't work out. So that's one thing that I noticed today that was, I think, a benefit for Manchester United. And you know what, Rasmus Højlund, congratulations, because I've sat here and I've had reservations about Rasmus Højlund, but today he looked a lot more. That goal that he it's a well taken shot, by the way, on his weaker foot. He hit the target. If that was Rasmus Højlund 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been confident that he would have hit the target. But building off of that game against Real Sociedad, you can see what confidence does for a player. Now, will he continue to go on a prolific goal scoring record? I don't know. I can't really guarantee that. But what I can say is well done for him for breaking the 21 games without a goal in all competitions. And on top of that, it was Manchester United's first open play goal since like December. So kudos to him. Kudos to him for breaking both of those records for Manchester United. I still think, though, and I'll be totally honest, all due respect to Leicester, but these are the games that Man United need to build on. These are the type of performances Man United have to come off of the back of a Europa League game, come into this and dominate. Leicester are a relegation team. They are a relegation team. They are a team that will be relegated. They are a team that haven't scored in over 9 hours of football. They are a team that are struggling. So Manchester United had to, for me, come into this and win comfortably. Get the clean sheet, which is great, because Man United ain't held a lot of clean sheets under Ruben Amorim. I think Fulham might have been the last one. And before that, I think it might have been Everton. Man United don't hold a lot of clean sheets in the Premier League under Ruben Amorim. So there are a lot of positives to actually take away from this game. Don't get too carried away, like I said, because it's only Leicester, all due respect, it's only Leicester. And Manchester United now sit in 13th place on 37 points. Maybe Man United could end the season with 45 points. It's a possibility. I mean, the bar is in hell right now, if that's what we're saying. Maybe it's a possibility, but the important thing is for Manchester United to just build off of every single game. You know, international break is coming now at a good time for Manchester United, because it's a team with a lot of injury problems, and some 2-week break might do a lot of people good, especially if they're not going out on international duty. And then Manchester United can come back after that, and, you know, with a run of interesting games. You know, the first game back after international break is Nottingham Forest away from home. That's not going to be an easy game, because Nottingham Forest are fighting for top 4. Then it's Manchester City at Old Trafford for the Manchester derby. Then it's Lyon, the first fixture of Europa League, away from home. Then it's Newcastle away from home, and then it's Lyon again. Those run of 5 games are important for Manchester United. I would argue and even say the Europa Leagues are equally as important as the game against Newcastle, the game against Nottingham Forest, the game against Manchester City. That run of 5 games, guys, it's spooky. But the fact that Manchester United are building off of 2 wins going into that, I can't remember the last time that we've gone into an international break, especially this season. I can't remember the last time I've gone into an international break happy with the results. I can't remember. I genuinely cannot remember. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'm absolutely gutted that Aiden Heaven went off on a stretcher, and I really hope it's nothing serious. But there's a lot to build on off the back of this. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who is your man of the match? Bruno Fernandes, man. Guys, put some respect on his name, please. 31 goal involvements in a deep lying midfielder, playmaker role, whatever you want to call it. Put some respect on his name. And like I said, let me know your comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new here, please do subscribe.